What's going on, guys? In today's video we'll be talking about the Kia EV6, and it's meant to be on a dedicated platform, so it has 0 to 60 time in under 3.5 seconds. So it's quoted here that it does a 60-mile charge in 45 minutes. Along with the ultra-fast charging, it has a range, according to the WLTP scheme, of 316 miles. This is huge for Kia. Obviously, they've brought out such performance cars like the Kia Stinger in recent years. That's their basic performance lineup, and they've evolved them quite hugely, and you can get a massive discount on a Stinger nowadays. It's kind of lurked in the shadows of the Mercedes and BMWs, like the 3 Series and the C-Classes and all that stuff, but they're a huge bargain, so if you look on AutoTrader you can just grab one. But regardless, it's a big step up for Kia with these massive claims, and you can reserve one online for as little as £100, which is refundable upon purchase. It's only just been revealed, so I'll just talk you through some stats and figures about it. So it's going off Kia's new EV modular platform, and it has a 2.9 metre wheelbase, which is pretty damn big. It's nearly as big as sort of like a super mini type car, and with that you have a big cabin space, and because of the bodywork of this type of thing, it looks more like a crossover or an SUV. You would imagine that it would be quite substantial, maybe between 4.5 and 5 metres long, and have a lot of luggage space as well as the interior space, so there's no problem with legroom by the looks of it. It's not really got a sloping roofline. It remains quite flat, and you can see as it tails off there. You can see with rear brake lights, again with common trends, and like I talk about a lot on this channel, it's got the solid brake light. But with this, it also loops around to the rear quarter panel as well, which is quite a genius sort of design. It really gives this car a distinctive look, and you can see it braking from the side almost. That's what it would seem like. And you've got like a little simulation picture here, so if you can see it, I'll just show this up to the camera right now, and you can see that if you go on Kia's website, you can see it in a full 360 view from the front. It's quite an imposing vehicle indeed, even though I consider it a concept with those really small stubby mirrors. I think it looks very good, in my opinion. The wheels also have an aerodynamic sort of vibe to them. The wide bodywork looks excellent on this car, and obviously, like I said about the cabin space, it's going to have a lot of trims to it, so I could imagine that they would bring in sort of like a more rugged one with maybe plastic fairings where you could go off-road with it if you so desire, maybe a more performance-orientated one, ones with bigger batteries for slightly more range. It depends if there's a keenness for people to buy this kind of product, because when you associate EVs, when you have vehicles that are EVs, you usually associate them or compare them to Teslas or stuff from the German manufacturers such as the Audi e-tron, the Mercedes EQS that's also coming out. I've done a video about that. Visibility doesn't look compromised either. As you can see that from the B and C pillars, there's not really much bodywork interrupting the windows. The rear window's quite sleek. It's got sort of like a hatchback design well at the back, but it looks like it tapers off after where the passenger's headroom would be, which is pretty good. It might compromise on rear luggage space for taller items, but I could imagine that you could fold the rear seats down, and the industry standard is to have flat loading bed. Also, you might want to take it off-road too, because it has a towing capacity of 1,600 kg. Obviously, there you go with those EVs giving you that huge amount of torque. You imagine that such a vehicle would probably have well over 600 horsepower and a hell of a lot of torque in order for it to pull that much. Because you got to remember, that's like nearly £4,000. It's not that much when you consider the trucks out there, especially in America, that's what they're crazy for. But you know, this could tow a decent sized car. It's certainly tow my car. It could tow a small caravan, certainly, and you can take it off, have outdoor adventures. That sort of looks like a concept design that can be added to the lineup. Kia themselves have put on their website that it has a vehicle to load function, so it provides you with a power supply which has 3.6 kilowatts of power, so you can use it in outlet, say like you can charge it from a plug and then use it as like an emergency situation, so that you can charge the car for maximum efficiency if you need it. It can also be used as a portable generator for other activities too, which is an added bonus, I guess. Oh, what I will say, speaking about the battery, is that the EV6's battery is a 77.6 kilowatt hour, so that's the one that delivers the 316 miles of range. Obviously, electric cars are quite bold with their claims, even though it is on a WLTP scale. I would guess that it'd be more like 250, and it depends on driving conditions really. Finally, we'll talk about the ultra-fast charging aspect of it. A 10 to 80% charge will take less than 18 minutes, which is incredible really. Absolutely mind-boggling power. And with that, Kia are also going to supply a chain, so like an electrical power chain, to each one of their dealerships, which allows you to grab this ultra-fast charging, kind of like the Tesla supercharger network, but for Kia, which is fantastic in my opinion. And you would imagine if you had lower spec models, they would be able to charge even faster if they have a lower kilowatt hour battery. I would reckon that there will be some with maybe 50 kilowatt hours, and there may be some that offer a battery range which has, you know, closer to 100 kilowatts. That would probably take about half an hour if you do the math on that, I would guess. Depends, I don't know if it works on that sort of scale, but I think Kia would be silly not to take up that opportunity to add an extra battery supply. I believe it is all-wheel drive too, so that's what helps the launch. That's pretty much it, all about the Kia EV6. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like this video, subscribe if you haven't already. Peace.